Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Take 5. We're taking time out of your day to talk movie news. There's been some casting rumors about the new Batman versus Superman movie, or Superman versus Batman, depending on who you ask. The short list apparently has Josh Brolin and Ryan Gosling. What are your thoughts on this?
This whole movie is a stupid idea. Batman versus Superman versus whatever it's called. It's a terrible idea to integrate the next movie leading up to this JLA thing that Warner Brothers has been talking about for like the past 6 years. All I know is if Warner Brothers even wants to try and save this whole like kind of trying to do the Marvel Avengers thing and lead up to a JLA movie, they're going to have to pay Christian Bale whatever he wants.
So you are not supportive of the Ryan Gosling or Josh Brolin?
Ryan Gosling should stay very far away from my Batman films. I'm sorry, but he should. Josh Brolin, I think if you actually, because Goyer and Snyder keep wanting to do this, the Dark Knight Returns Frank Miller movie, which I think is that would be a good movie on its own.
Right,
but it's literally a third act Batman like comic in terms of like this is how the Batman story almost ends. It's an aging Batman coming back, and yes, he battles Superman by all means, but like to integrate that storyline into further movies with JLA and stuff, I think that's a terrible idea. To cast a dude who Brolin by all means would make a great older Batman, but that Batman over the next like 5 to 7 years or however long you're going to stretch out this JLA thing, he's going to get older, where Cavill's not as much.
Right.
And
if they're thinking franchise, that's the wrong way to go.
And you're looking at this weird, probably unintentional, like Danny Glover, Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon dynamic of the I'm too old for this, Batman.
Right. You don't. Obviously, they want a Batman that's like he's been around, not a new, fresh Batman. Somebody that's been around, they know what they're doing. And so I think a 35-year-old Batman is just fine because by then he's been doing it for 5-10 years maybe. So, but me and Tanner have an alternative choice for casting Batman.
Yeah. My vote is Carl Urban.
Listen, I don't understand your hate for Carl Urban.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You haven't seen Dredd, okay? So the man, all he had was his chin.
That's literally all you could see of this man's face.
And he was intimidating, and he had the presence.
Right.
And seeing him in other movies such as Red or Star Trek, the new Star Treks,
and I've seen those, and he's never struck me as a Batman-esque man.
But in Dredd, he pulls. I'm saying he has the range to not only play a Batman character, but also to pull off the Bruce Wayne.
See, and because you've never seen Dredd, you have never seen his range from small part like
in Star Trek or Riddick or anything like that. So. He was in Lord of the Rings. You can
Has
name
anyone seen Dredd?
Hey.
Besides them, has anyone seen Dredd?
There's a pretty
big fan following, so I think they're trying to get a sequel started. So hopefully they'll just kind of delay that for a little bit.
Well, yeah, hopefully, and it will be scheduled with Batman and Superman filming, so Carl Urban will not be.
What is your justification for no?
I just don't like it. I just don't like the idea of it.
Who would you cast?
I would pay Christian Bale $60 million.
Pay him.
By all means, until Nolan, hey, we're using your universe. Sorry.
You're either with us or you're against us.
And the only way to even sort of like integrate Batman and Superman into the same universe is Superman has to go to Gotham because there's no more Metropolis the end of Man of Steel.
But they could play if they're smart, which is kind of up in the air right now. They could play into the whole Metropolis being destroyed and use that to introduce Lex Luthor into the series.
Yeah, I like the idea if they use Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor in terms of their corporate power coming in to rebuild Metropolis and creating this do we trust Superman, and then using that arc as, Superman might be dangerous because literally thousands of people died.
From there, you essentially make Batman put Batman in the position of the lesser villain per se, as the guy who actually physically deals with him in that form. And I think that's interesting because you've never seen that on film. Yeah. But what do you think, Tanner?
Well, my main thought was I don't know why, from the first Superman, they're going straight to battling these two, because they're
trying to build Justice League, man.
Dude, but I don't know, man. It's just they're going too fast about it. I'm sure they want to get there as fast as possible.
Right.
I think they're headed there at too high of a speed. But I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that.
Who would you cast as Lex Luthor?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis is the correct
We've
answer.
had this discussion
Yeah,
before,
I mean,
and so the answer that we've come up with is Bruce Willis. And why do you think Bruce Willis?
It's because Bruce Willis can do no wrong, and I think he would play an incredible villain. You don't see it a ton. You don't get to see Bruce Willis be the bad guy. I know the Jackal, he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
But I think he would do it well. I think he'd carry that political power real well, and be able to play the I'm a friend of the people / I'm also like a international terrorist on the other side thing.
Because he has that Bruce Willis has like that darker sense to him, yet can also play up to that. And the idea, I was listening to Kevin Smith talk about it, and he just the idea of like Lex Luthor being all political and look at me, love me, and then underneath just being very like almost racist towards Superman, just being like this alien.
You're right.
And I can see Bruce Willis just talking to Superman like that, and that's pure cinema right there.
Yeah,
So.
if they don't do that, I'm going to be a little aggravated.
And the other casting rumors of Bryan Cranston and Mark Strong,
Right.
I'm not
for Mark Strong because I'm tired of Mark Strong doing villains. That's all he's known for. He's doing a show on AMC now, like I can't remember, Low Winter something, but Low Winter Sun or something like that. But at least he's finally getting away from villain movies. But Bryan Cranston, he's really good. He's only known for Breaking Bad as Walter White, but I mean he could be a great Lex Luthor. I don't know if we're ready to see him transition from one bald villain to another bald.
Yeah,
right.
It would be both guys have to pull themselves out of that typecasting that they're going to totally just be feeding into by taking that role.
So maybe if Bruce Willis says no to Expendables, they'll just jump right on him and be like, listen, you don't need Sylvester Stallone anymore.
I'd rather him do both.
I was going to say, it's
He's
just
probably
4 days of shooting.
It's probably 4 days of shooting.
Yeah,
for him.
yeah.
That's right.